Greetings. Today I want to speak to you on the subject of pop the balloon, sex, religion, and relationship. And to be honest with you, I've just gotten this download and I'm just following my intuition. I have so many things to speak about, but when I got here, the intelligence of who I am instruct me to do this video, because many people look at the pop the balloon and fail to realize that it is a documentary, it is a social experiment. And this year, the year 2025, is a very significant year whereby all the lies must be and will be exposed. Okay, as a matter of fact, I'll do another video on 2025 right up to 2033. Okay, however, when we look at the dating game among melanated people, and I'm very much concerned about melanated people, you have to watch it without judgment and condemnation towards those who are involved. But if you observe carefully, you will see what is lacking in the black family and how we have to help to build the black family structure from an angle of more enlightenment and more awareness. You see, around 1933, there was a book that was written, I can't remember the name of the author, that is called The Miseducation of the Negro. And so we've been miseducated concerning love and where to find love and how to really find love. And so just as they give you a savior to look for on the outside and a redeemer and a Lord and God to look for on the outside, so they also are directing you to look outside of yourself for love. And when you do that, it is you not understanding the simple law of sowing and reaping. That which you sow, that also shall you reap. You have to find love within yourself first. And when you find love within yourself, whatever you push out, that is what will come back to you. Okay? So self-love is key. That's why you have to learn to appreciate yourself, embrace yourself, and you have to be willing also to unlearn and relearn and reprogram your subconscious mind. And so if you've been following this series of videos that I've been doing on the subject of sex and relationship and religion, you would realize how important that these people who normally goes on this show, for them to get themselves familiarized with the power of awareness, the power of consciousness, how important it is for them to seek true spirituality over religion, okay, and how they need to empower themselves in a way that we can build more powerful, uplifting families and be the people that we are to be in this world. We must let our light shine. And for us to let our light shine, we have to get back in alignment with the S-U-N, because many people have been given a S-O-N. And so if you have any common sense at all, you would realize that no S-O-N could ever exist unless there first be the S-U-N. And so when you look at the most popular, okay, Pop the Balloon show right now on social media, you would realize that that one was not the first one. As a matter of fact, there was one that I saw 6 months before from a lady in Africa named Nance Maraj. Okay, and when you look at that, you see how much Africa needs help. Okay, and then this one in America that is run by 2 African people also. What would have taken place just recently, you would realize that it is basically a war against people like MTR, okay, and the many other people who used to react to show the holes and expose the hypocrisy and the lie. And so because they've always had an agenda to keep our people in ignorance. Netflix make sure they get involved. And the husband of the host of this particular show, he always says that it is not about finding friend. But he will never say it's not about finding religion. And it's not about believing in some sky daddy. He will never say that. As a matter of fact, he always saying that he's not ashamed. But I know deep within that he's ashamed to call on the white man as his Lord and his God and his Savior and his Redeemer, because what was given to melanated people was a portrait of a blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy. And they were told that such a one will come one day and save them, and that he's coming back for them. And so he always used that rhetoric, always. Okay, and I could read his energy. Both he and his wife, I could read those people's energy. And so it wasn't shocking to me when they were willing to just, you know, sell out to Netflix and so on. But it is a whole social experiment. It's a documentary. And for those who can think more deeply and who are more aware and more self-realized, you will realize the division between spirituality and Christianity. You'll never hear a woman come on that show and ask, are you a God man? It's never a God man. It's always a man of God. So they always put man before God, which means they always put the carnal self, the flesh. They always put this body before the intelligence. So it's ignorance. And so when you are a man that do not have any balls or backbone, and you allow these women to set the standard, and you cannot hold them accountable for their virgin hole that it was given with, they born with that virgin hole. Okay? You cannot ask them how much children they have and how much baby daddy. They get offended. You cannot tell them about their hair, but they could tell you about your height and so on. It's all about keeping men effeminate. It's all about keeping men being soft and so on. So my brother, my sisters, it's very important for you to look into these things as men and also as women too, okay? Because a self-aware black man and a black woman is the most powerful relationship you'll ever find on this planet Earth, especially if they know how to use the sexual energy wisely. And with those African people running the show, you will see why such ignorance continue in Africa, and they keep bringing back a ignorant and religious child in this world talking about Jesus coming soon. Okay, because I'm going to do another video concerning how people do not know what they're doing in bed. Okay, especially religious and superstitious people. So my brother, my sisters, I'm just doing this video so you can look more deeper into the whole social experiment and this whole documentary about black people and the way how they date and how they think, how they articulate things, why black women are acting the way that they are acting, why sometimes they could be so aggressive, why sometimes they could take intellectualism for real education when that is not real education. Okay, you will understand why they normally say they have a degree. You will understand why someone say that they don't need a man. You will understand how they've been weaponized. So this video is very much needed because I'm dealing with sex, I'm dealing with relationship, I'm dealing with religion, I'm dealing with all of the things that they use to program our people on this planet. And these people supposed to be the wisest, the strongest, the oldest, yet they have been downtrodden for so many years. But this 2020-25 is a big awakening time. And so I want this message to be shared. If you have friends, if you have relatives in Africa, in the Caribbean islands, in America, Canada, England, you name it, wherever they are, they're scattered all over the place. What they need is the right information. What they need is not religion. What they need is true empowerment, self-knowledge. That's why our ancestors have always been saying, man, know thyself. Okay? And if you understand the culture of, say Africa, the Caribbean, and all the places that black melanated people have gone, you would realize that they have always taken spiritual science with them. But unfortunately, because of colonialism, it got polluted with religion, but it was never a religion. But I'm at a place that I understand the secret science and could teach that secret science and will teach it till the day I leave this planet. So, my brother and my sisters, this is a wake-up call for a better relationship, for a better understanding of self, a better understanding of sex. So you want to know more about sex and how to use the sexual energy, I have more videos that's already uploaded. You can check them out. Check out my channel thoroughly. Okay? And you get all the answers that you're looking for. Okay? And you'll see why these misguided black women are asking if you're a man of God, referring to a man who goes to church and having a man standing on a pulpit over him, looking down at him, casting spell on him. Man over man. That's psychological and spiritual homosexuality. But people wouldn't see it. Okay? Because there's only those who have eyes to see will see. So the blind leading the blind. And then you go in bed and having sex ignorantly and bringing back an idiot talking about Jesus coming soon. Okay? So my brother and my sisters, I can go on and on and on. But I want to really thank you very much for listening to me. I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you're listening to me and what I'm saying, if it really makes sense to you, if it really resonates with you and you haven't subscribed already, I'm definitely encouraging you to subscribe, to like, to comment, or to share this video. Also, if you like to follow me on Instagram, you like to follow me on TikTok, you can follow me at BlackMadGuru. If you like to get my books, the links are down in the description. I have more than 10 books. I also have my gratitude journal for him, gratitude journal for her, that you can journal your life, starting with the affirmation that I'm so happy and grateful now. And you are whatever it is. There's power in thinking big. There's magic in thinking big. Okay, there's magic in believing. You have to learn to believe in yourself, your God self, your higher self. Not any. You have to learn to believe in God, not all God. They tie you to all God. Looking on the outside. So when you ask people, do you believe in God? Everyone says yes, because they do not understand the conversation. They do not understand the question. That's why in God we trust is on the money. The people who understand what I am speaking about knows why they say in God, not out God. There's a very rich man in my country, leave that sign where he have a hall of fame. I'm the only man in the country who go there and channel all these people and know what they were all about and what he's really saying. That's why I am mentioning what I'm saying here. There's in God and out God. And there's a young man on the internet has this channel called the School of Hard Knocks, where you go and ask all these millionaires and multi-millionaires, Christians, of how they become rich, and then he always asks them, do you believe in God? Knowing that many people understand and will answer in many different ways. And the religious, superstitious black men have to speak a certain way if they are part of the elite and join the cabal. But I'm telling you, the power is within you. Stop giving it away. So, look at Pop the Balloon, okay, and read between the lines and see the state of a people when it comes to relationship and family. And you would see where we have been going wrong for many years and where we need to put things right, and why you need people like myself at this time, instead of men looking to this man and his wife for direction. Here is a real man who's not afraid to say, fuck the lie of Jesus, the white idol they give you. I'm not afraid to say that. That's not blasphemy. You gotta curse the devil, because hey, one man God is another man devil, and another man devil is another man God. When you understand and you accept your own image that you see in the mirror to be your savior and your Lord and your master, that is basically you saying exactly what I just said there. Fuck the idol, the white idol that they give you to worship. I grew up meeting my grandmother with that idol in her house. poo with bed bugs. Cooking in an outside kitchen with wood fire. Shitting in an outside closet. And I've always looked for the answer, and I get the answer, and nothing will stop me. Okay? And when I use certain words, the ignorant will say, oh, explicit. They trick you. Expression. Okay, no preacher gonna tell their wife, don't say that in bed when she feel the pleasure. None of them gonna say that. And what they do, they have you living a life that is impossible. You wanna be good? Who could be good? You ever see day and no night? Need balance in your life. I could go on and on, but definitely gonna come to a close. Also, I wanna say that if you like to become a part of my Patreon community, you're most welcome. I have a course there for people doing at least 20 or more dollars called the Inner Sun Science and Technology to create your reality consciousness. And along with that is a bonus course on self-concept. Also, if you like to book a one-on-one with me, you can book a one-on-one with me by dropping me an email, and we can set up that whereby we can speak either on WhatsApp, we can do it Zoom, whatever platform you choose. If not, I have a link down below and an app called Faithia. Okay, it's a more religious app, but I'm teaching spirituality there. They give me the opportunity and I use it, so you could actually listen to one of those people there, and you can listen to me and you can know the difference, and you can put two and two together and see who's teaching as one with authority and who's making more sense to you. Okay, so if you want to book me there, you can book me there also. So with that being said, my brother, my sister, as usual, I always encourage you to let your intuition lead you and guide you. And so when you check out all of the links that are down below, please let your intuition lead you and guide you into what to do. So with that being said, I just want to say peace, love you all, out.